My name is Maria, and I just felt like making a video today. And so I'm not even sure exactly where to begin. Yeah, sometimes I have so much inspiration flowing through me, and yeah, sometimes I'm just so connected to inspiration and all these things that I want to share and say that sometimes I don't know exactly where to begin. But I'll go ahead and I'll just go ahead and read this something that I want to share. So I got this off a video that from Teal Scott. She makes amazing videos. If you ever have a chance, I recommend checking Teal Scott out. She talks about so many amazing things and makes me understand life and myself a lot better. It's amazing. So this video that I was watching the other day, she was talking to somebody. She was doing a workshop with a big audience, or with an audience, and she's talking to one of the persons. And she basically, this is what she shared. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. So she said, "The real masters of this dimension that you identify as the most enlightened beings, they have suffered the most in their childhood because they opted for a very quick ride." They said, basically, she was saying that the real masters of this dimension, before they were born, they were saying, "I'm going to get in and get really super dirty, and when I get really super dirty, every day will be an opportunity for me to expand more." Wow, that was amazing when I heard that. I was so amazed. I'm going to go ahead and read it again. So she said, "The real masters of this dimension," so the people, the human beings in this dimension, which were spiritual beings in human bodies. So we're human and we're spiritual beings. So the real masters of this dimension that you identify as the most enlightened beings, they have suffered the most in their childhood because they opted for a very quick ride. And the reason I'm laughing is because I've already shared this in many other in a handful of other videos where I say that I have experienced extreme suffering, extreme abuse in my childhood, and for over years, so many moments, and so I totally relate to this, that the real masters of this dimension that you identify as the most enlightened beings, they have suffered the most in their childhood because they opted for a very quick ride. And so I identify it because, like I've said before, I feel like I've been at one side of the spectrum with, just experienced a lot of suffering and darkness, that how could I not want the other side of the spectrum and want to connect with love, light, laughter, healing, and such wonderful, beautiful things, and so, and I'm not saying I'm the most enlightened being. I'm not trying to sound like I'm superior to anybody, because I'm not, but I'm also not inferior to anybody. But I really find that to be true about, since I had such an extreme abusive childhood, I've learned a lot, and I understand a lot about life and the world and myself, and yeah, so it's so interesting. And I see the people, I think sometimes that's just how it is, like, that your gifts are in your suffering, in your pain, in your, because from deep pain, like when you feel deep pain, I feel like this awesomeness is born, this beautiful knowing, this compassion. Compassion grows inside like a flower. Like, for example, let's say there's all this darkness, all this pain and everything, and then that you've experienced, and all of a sudden one day you see all these flowers growing. They're growing and they're shining and they're magical and they're growing out of that. And that's how I feel, because I am a very compassionate person, and I think that if I would have gone through what I went and would have had a mediocre childhood, or a quote unquote a good childhood, then I wouldn't understand people as much. I wouldn't be able to relate to suffering and to pain. But since I had it pretty bad, I really do relate to most people's pains and what they went through, and I just do. I relate to people being rejected. I relate to people being abused. I just do, because I've experienced it and I know the ins and outs about it. And yeah, so I just wanted to share that. And there was something else that Teal Scott said in her video that I really liked. She said, she asked the question, she said, how do you know that something should be happening? Because it is happening. How simple is that? How do you know that something should be happening? Because it is happening. And then she also talked about past trauma, and she said, past trauma will continue to resurface because it wants to be healed. It won't heal unless it comes up. It feels like a lifetime of the same never-ending healing. But why would that be bad? Because it feels so bad. It only feels bad because of resistance. If you are resisting the trauma coming up, it will feel bad. When it ceases to feel bad, ironically, is when you stop wanting it to be done with. What hurts is saying, I don't want to look at that. I don't want to look at that. Say, all right, I am looking at it. Wow, I don't feel so bad. I may die and still not have a life that is different from this. When you go through trauma, it feels like it never is going to end. Let's see. I thought I had more. But I think that was what I wanted to say from Teal Scott's video. So basically she is saying that past trauma will continue to resurface because it wants to be healed. And so things will happen, like all of a sudden you'll be triggered by somebody, or, you know, if you have a bunch of wounds. And I mean, all human beings, we all have wounds. We all have wounds, you know. I think life would be very boring if this was a perfect existence and it was just, we were just totally enlightened and just in this happy bliss state, like completely all the time. I think it would be quite boring. So I think, yeah, that's why we have contrast, to learn from it and to really know what love is and really know our true beauty, know that we're amazing beings. And so let me think. I was going somewhere with that thought. So yeah, we're amazing beings. We're amazing beings. And yeah, okay. I was saying about the wounds. We all have wounds. Some of us a little less than others, but we all have wounds. There's stuff that has happened to us in our childhood along the way that wounded us. No one had the perfect parents. Yeah, some parents were a little more aware, and some parents weren't so much. but we all have wounds. We all have stuff to work on if we want to heal. And so wounds will come up, past trauma will come up and resurface because it wants to heal. And that's amazing to learn that, because I didn't really know that. A few years back, I really didn't know that at all, that they will come up. So sometimes when you realize someone pushed your button and then you ask yourself why, it's usually connected to a wound, to something that you experienced in your past. So when it comes up, just find a safe place, feel those feelings, write if you want to, discover why that is coming up for you, and just let go of the resistance and really look at it and love it, and just put some light, shine some light on the wound and see if you can heal it. And so that's what I wanted to say. And I wanted to show you guys these flowers that I bought from the farmer's market. So can you see these beautiful, amazing flowers? Look at all those flowers. I bought them today at the farmer's market. Yeah, it's a huge bouquet, and I am so in love with these flowers. It's so amazing how flowers can spread so much joy, so much love, so much life. Like, they make so many people happy. So many people happy, flowers. They're just amazing to look at. Yeah. That's one of my favorite things about Earth, being on this planet Earth, is flowers. Flowers. That's one of my favorite, is all the amazing, beautiful, beautiful flowers that we have on this planet. Yeah. All the different colors. It's amazing how much richness and beauty there is in every single flower. Every single flower. Yeah. All right. I just wanted to share that, and I think I might have mentioned this in another video or two, but the reason I make my videos is because I really feel a yearning to connect with other human beings. I really feel a yearning to connect authentically and share from my heart, and just really connect with other human beings. And I guess I'll just go on. So I really feel the need to connect with other human beings. I really feel like Facebook and the internet and YouTube and videos, I feel like it was all born because consciously, we all have this yearning to connect, to like connect authentically and from the heart, and really share our true selves, and really just be ourselves and connect on this beautiful level and not this fake or superficial level. I really feel like Facebook and the internet and YouTube, it was born from a need to connect with other people all over the world. It's amazing how, in so many countries, people could see my video. And right now I'm in California. I'm in Chico, California. And it's amazing that when I post this online on YouTube, there's so many people that could be watching this and could connect. And I think what YouTube does is it makes us really feel like we are connected to each other, and there's this limitlessness. We're limitless beings. We're unlimited being. We're unlimited beings. That's what I mean. We're unlimited beings. And there is no boundaries. You know, sometimes, when I look at maps and